These images are the latest video of the J-pod, the famous killer whale family off the west coast of British Columbia. The struggle of J-pod captured the attention of the world last summer, and now marine biologists are once again warning another orca from that pod is sick. And in fact, 2 could even die of starvation by the summer. Laura McQuillan here with the latest details and scientists' very worrisome prediction, Laura.
Another worrisome prediction, in fact, because we did see those really sad stories unfolding over summer. So these latest whales we're talking about, one of them is described as a grandmother whale, 42 years old, named J17. Now, an observation crew that saw this female whale on December 31st saying she's showing signs of starvation, and actually a whale from another pod, the K pod, also showing signs of starvation. It's a 27-year-old male known as K25. This is him here. Now, his mother died 2 years ago, and you can see a little bit of a change in his body shape in these side-by-side images. He's having trouble foraging for food on his own. These aren't the only whales affected by that, because Chinook salmon, which the southern resident killer whales rely on, well, their population is in decline, and the whales are having trouble finding them in those waters off Vancouver Island. Now, of course, the J-pod, we were tracking them last year with that story, that heartbreaking tale of a mother whale who had been holding her dead calf out of the water for 17 days, carrying its body. That's J35 there on the left, and also J50, that 3-year-old whale that scientists from here and from the United States were trying desperately to save with medication, but they were unable to. So 2 deaths in the J-pod last year. It only has 22 whales left. It hasn't had a successful pregnancy in 3 years, so things are looking really challenging for this pod, Heather.
You know, the reproductive life of these whales is so key for the scientists. J17, the grandmother or the matriarch whale that you're talking about, Laura, she's toward the end of her reproductive life. So why would her death, why would that be so important to the pod?
We're hearing it could affect other whales in that they would be emotionally affected, but also because these matriarchs play a key role in ensuring everyone's eating enough that they're all going hunting for some salmon together. And that's something that we've seen with K25, that K-pod whale. He's not been foraging for salmon since his mother died. So it really affects those male whales quite specifically. Now, we spoke to an expert from Vancouver Aquarium about the impact a grandmother whale's death could have on a pod. Here's what he told us.
Those grandmothers are important in the killer whale world, as they are in the human world. I think they lead a so-called matriline. They're kind of the glue that holds their whole lineage together. All of a female's offspring, her male and female offspring, stay with her for life. So the loss of matriarchs are pretty important. We often find that mortality of other animals within their group, particularly their adult sons, tends to go up for a while after when a matriarch drops out.
Now, they are warning that these 2 whales may not survive the winter, but there is still hope. And of course, we're hopeful for that. We'll keep an eye on them throughout, Heather.
Sounds good, Laura. Thank you very much for this morning.